This is another video in the series I have been making for the last year or so on portable PAs. On the bottom, we have the famous and probably one of my favorite subwoofers, which is the Bose Sub1. I really rave about this sub because of, number one, it's lightweight, 36 pounds. I can't think of any other subwoofer that performs like this. It also has the ability to play it in the horizontal position with the pole. That's the way you see it here. Or you can set it up and down vertical, but you cannot pole mount it that way. On top, the guest speaker is a new purchase, and that is the RCF TT515. Again, I have an introductory video. You should go back and see that. So this setup, it looks like a column array, but it's not. It has the same form factor, but this is not a column array system. This is more of your traditional point source speaker, where you have your speaker on top and your sub on the bottom, but they can be broken apart. You can play just the top on a stand, or you can take the sub and play it with a different system. So it's very different than a column array, but in many ways it's the same. So let's take a look at some of the similarities. The top, the RCF, has a 100-degree throw, which is very good. Many point source speakers, like your traditional 12-inch top, usually has a 90-degree throw. So this is a little wider, but it is nothing like your Bose column systems, Pro 8, Pro 16, that has a 180-degree throw. What makes the RCF special, really special, is the clarity of that top end. It's in their TT line, which is their professional line. It's their best line, and it just has a unique sound that no other PA I have ever heard sounds like, and you pay for it. It's a very expensive speaker, the $1,800 for the top alone. So it doesn't have a lot of mid-range. It doesn't have bass. It's not. I would not call this a full-range speaker. It just has. I wrote in my last review, I said it's a one-trick pony. It does one thing better than any other speaker I've heard, and that is the clarity of the high end. It's just incredible. It sounds like a studio monitor. I've done some sound testing, which I'm not going to do in this video. You might want to check in future videos for a sound test, but I've done some sound tests at low level. 70 dB, which I don't usually listen to music at that level. No other PA speaker sounds any good at that low level. You need hi-fi speakers to do that. This speaker sounded really nice at low level. I was very shocked and amazed. Like I said, I'm gonna say this is comparable to a studio monitor. And I do have studio monitors, just not in this price range. Very, very impressive. So what's the difference between a studio monitor speaker and this type of speaker? Well, this type of speaker can go very loud. As a matter of fact, it can go to 127 dB. I tested it. I've gotten about 110 dB, and so no studio monitor can do that. You play that kind of volume and you're gonna blow up your speaker of a studio monitor. It's just not made for that. Studio monitors are made for much closer, a couple of meters in, or even 1 meter at a mixing desk. But this is a live sound speaker, professional live sound speaker that can be played and fill a large room. It's not a DJ speaker. I know I've seen some videos out there that DJs are trying to, substitute their 12-inch tops. I'm gonna say this is not the system for that. But if you match it with the right sub, in this case, I'm matching with a small sub. RCF has a much larger sub, the 808. Much pricier, $2,400. This sub is $900. But I'm not DJing weddings, so I'm not trying to do that. If I wanted to do that, I would get 2 sub-2s, and again, very pricey. But this is a very compact system, portable, and I must say it sounds incredible. I've matched this same sub with QSC tops, K8.2s that sound incredible. I matched it with eVerse 8, which is a battery-powered top. Sounds incredible, but this really is the next level. No other PA top sounds like this. It's just very, very special. And probably if I give you a sound test, you're not going to really hear what I'm talking about. Bose, on the other hand, has a very, very smooth mid-range that this speaker lacks. So you can't have everything. If you really love clarity, and I imagine this would be incredible with vocals. I haven't tested that. I don't do much vocals, but I'm sure this would be a highlight of this speaker. That clarity, and it stays clean at pretty loud volumes, like I mentioned, 100 dB plus. So I'm gonna wrap up this video by comparing it to one other system that is available at a very similar price, and that is the Bose Pro32 column with this same subwoofer, Pro32 with the Sub1. And that is, I believe, about $2,800. Look it up. But this system is also about that same price range. The difference is, you see here on the Sub, we have a little mixer, Yamaha mixer. So this system, the RCF TT515, has no mixer built in. You can't just plug instruments into it. You need some type of interface or mixer. So I'm using the smallest one available. This is a very famous mixer, the MG06XU. It has reverb and it sounds great. I tried this system using Bluetooth and I did not get the same gain. This speaker needs a good signal behind it to get the full potential. And playing through Bluetooth source, it was maybe half of the potential. So that doesn't work. So if you compare this to the Pro32 system that has Bluetooth built in, and so that's something you need, that's definitely a factor. I love playing with the mixer because I'm able to dial in on a separate channel the subwoofer, so I can control it. I can blend it with the top, and then on my main out, I have the top, the RCF. Also, you see I have my cell phone. It's all hardwired, so it's not like you can walk around the venue or the party with your cell phone controlling it from 50 feet away like Bluetooth. So that, again, is a downside. Okay, that's about it. Let me show you the back, and then we'll wrap up this short video. Here's the view from the back. You have your one XLR in and one XLR out. Very different than the new tops these days that have DSP and multiple reverbs and all kinds of control. EQ, this is very bare bones. This has nothing. This is, like I said, a professional speaker. It's connected to RDNet, which is for installs, permanent installs where it controls everything by a computer. But that's not what I'm using it for. Here, the gain is set full blown at 12 maximum. That's how RCF recommends playing it. And you do all your adjustments from your mixer. Here's your PowerCon connection. That's also a professional type of power. One of the downsides is the speaker needs this adapter, and the adapter is extra, and it's very pricey. It's $150 list. I got it for $100, which is a great deal, but $100 for a little piece of steel made in China, that's really disappointing. It really should be about $30, maybe $40 max. But they got it listed for $150. But you can't mount the speaker without it. So if you want this system, you have to buy that adapter. Now, one of the downsides is once you have that adapter, and then you have to hoist the speaker up on your maximum height of a pole. Now, the speaker is very light. The speaker is only 22 pounds, which I love. And it has two nice handles. But when you're hoisting it up with that extra length of the adapter, basically, you only got your hand on the bottom handle. You can't even reach the top handle anymore. I'm really looking for a side handle, and it doesn't have it. So I have this very expensive $1,800 speaker kind of balancing in one hand while I'm hoisting it up. It's definitely a design flaw. I guess they figured, oh, it's only 22 pounds, but they're not taking into consideration when you're hoisting it over your head, and it's not so easy, not so simple anymore. So that is definitely a downside. Here's my the rear of the subwoofer, Sub1. So I'm blending it at about 11 o'clock only. Has all the power I need. Of course, if you're going to play outside or a live band, then you want to go to the Sub1. But this sub is really a great match for the top. So this is what I was talking about. You can also set up the sub in this vertical position, and then you can mount the speaker with that adapter on a pole, any pole. And some people might like this look better. Of course, then you have to bring a stand instead of the sub pole. And the sub pole, I did mention, is extra money when you have to consider the total purchase. Here's something I'm not crazy about this particular system compared to your typical column array. Look at that spaghetti collection of wires. There's no way to get around it. You got your XLR cable, I got my sub cable, you got a couple of power cables, I got my connection to my iPhone, my source. So that's people will right there they'll say, no, I like the neat setup of a column array, everything mixer built in, and especially for gigging, it's much easier. Okay, let's wrap this up. I just want to point out, actually, before I wrap it up, when I was taking the speaker off the pole, like I said, you have to clear that adapter, and it came pretty close to that ceiling. And the ceiling is a normal height, and I had to hoist it high to clear the adapter, and I almost hit the ceiling. So that is definitely not something I think they thought about when they came up with this and their engineering team. So who was this for? Well, it's not very portable. I mean, lightweight, it is very portable, but it's not internal battery, so you have to bring battery sources. It's not going to rock a wedding. If you need a rig for a wedding, you're going to need 2 of these tops, and that's going to get pretty expensive. You're going to need 2 subs, or you might even need more. So this is kind of like the Mercedes of the portable PA world. I'm going to say 95% of people who are in the market are not going to even consider this. But if you are in that 5% and you want the very best, almost hi-fi sound, maybe even equal to hi-fi, I hate to mention that because that gets audiophiles very upset when you even mention a PA coming close. But they've never heard professional PAs. Like there's a company called Meyer, and now you have RCF, very expensive, but the sound quality and the technology is really incredible. So if you want to replace your hi-fi and you want to do portable PA, this could be a solution. Okay, put some comments down below if you think this system is possibly something that is worth it, or give the alternatives down below. This is Bill. Thank you.